Hi everybody, welcome back. Now if my voice sounds funny, I have a cold. But let's get into this video. So in this video, this lady has a question for women in relationships. Take a look.
All right, serious question, y'all. For people in a relationship, me and my boyfriend always get in a fight over money, bro. Okay, mind you, I'm not broke. I'm not broke. I am broke right now. You feel what I'm saying? But I make good money is what I'm trying to say. And all my money goes into my bills. It's just after all my money goes into my bills, I usually have nothing left. So I picked up 3 jobs, right? But my boyfriend didn't like that I was working the 3 jobs because he felt like I wasn't around my kid as much, which doesn't make any sense. But anyways, nevertheless, I had to quit a 3rd job because getting a sitter was becoming a little bit difficult because everybody started working in the evenings. So anyways, me and him always get an argument over cash. And mind you, I'm only ever asking him for cash on my off days. Like, if I'm paid, I'm good, right? On my off days, though, I do be asking him for cash. And I'm not talking about, like, hundreds of dollars. I'm talking about 10, 20, maybe 50. And majority of the time, it's to be put back into the house, right? Or it's to be put to good use. Like, I'm not asking him to get my hair done. I'm not asking him to get my nails done. He doesn't even get any of that stuff done for me. Like, he does none of that for me. Like, if he does something for me, I have to ask for it. You feel what I'm saying? But I don't feel like that's right. And I get mad because every time I ask him for money, he wants to explode or have some type of reaction that just triggers me. And I just want to know, like, do you females ask your man for money, and how is that transaction? Like, is it a fight? Is it normal to ask your man for money? Like, how much money does he give you? You know what I'm saying? Does he treat you to get your hair and nails done? Like, my man literally does nothing but keep his money to himself. Like, and it's annoying, and he's very Mr. Krabs, and I don't like that. And I don't know if that makes me sound shallow or whatever the case may be, but no, I want to marry a provider, and I feel like providers, will help out. And also, he doesn't like to talk about his finances, bro. How are we supposed to be getting married in the future if you can't even have a simple conversation about finances with me? It's always turning into I'm being money hungry. But it's like, I'm realistic, bro. We need to know our budget. How much are we able to spend? Am I wrong?
My dear sis, I don't know if you'll find this video, okay? But let me tell you, from everything I'm seeing and from everything I've learned so far, you sound like you are a housemate, okay? Because you're saying that you have a son and he doesn't want you to work so much, so you will take care of your son. He doesn't tell you about his finances. He asks you to pay for everything, or you pay for most of the stuff in the house, unless I'm getting things wrong. But this guy is using you, okay? He's managed to convince you that you are his girlfriend, but he knows deep down that you're not his girlfriend, okay? You are just a placeholder. You are the one that he's using to save up his money so he can move or elevate to the next level. You need to wake up. Yes, I know a lot of women want a relationship, but these are some of the relationships that you shouldn't be in, especially when you have children or a child.
Do you females ask your man for money, and how is that transaction?
Absolutely, I can ask my man for money with not no questions asked, but he doesn't give me shit about it. He'll be like, what's it for? How much do you need? Are you good? Let's sit down and let's discuss our finances for this month. Because at the end of the day, I'm with a man who, number one, is not willing to see me struggle. He's not willing to watch me struggle through anything, okay? And number two, not only is he a provider, but he's a partner. And I think that that's the main thing that this young lady is struggling with, is that she talks towards the end of the video, talks about wanting to marry a provider, but babe, you don't even have a partner. Like, the bare minimum is not being met. I watched a follow-up video that she posted, and she said that pretty much the way that it goes, if he doesn't have it, she has it. If she doesn't have it, he has a problem. But he also be hiding his finances. Babe, that's not even a partner. You're never going to get a provider out of this man because he's not willing to do the basic things. What are you said it yourself. What are you supposed to be building towards if you can't even have a basic conversation about finances? He's not a generous person. A man who hides his finances. Not saying you need to know everything he's spending his money on, because you don't, and he doesn't need to know everything you're spending your money on either. However, you guys should have a basic understanding of each other's financial situation, so that there's never a situation where you're covering his portion of rent. It sounds like you guys have a 50-50 situation and he's struggling with his 50%. You already know what you need to do. This is not the man. This is not a man, a type of man who is going to give you the type of life that you want.
I want to say this to her as an older woman, right? Who works and make good money. This ain't even about love. This is about like. He don't like you, because any man that even likes you a little bit would not sit back and watch you struggle. He has gotten comfortable with the fact that he don't have to do anything for you. And the thing is, you met him, you allowed him, you dated him at a bare minimum. So all you're going to get from him is the bare minimum. It's not going to change. He's not going to do anything differently because he is comfortable. Now, you as a woman with a child or children shouldn't even want a setup like this. And I know it may hurt, but baby, it's the new year. And what you should have done at 12:01 a.m. last night was drop that dead weight. That's basically all I'm gonna say. I know sometimes the pain had your mind gone, but there's so much pain out there in this world that you do not have to settle, cry, be broke, be hungry, be humbled by somebody's pookie of a son who is sitting back watching you struggle and probably sleeping with one leg off the bed and snoring comfortably, knowing that you out here trying to work 3 jobs to feed yourself and take care of yourself. Baby, he don't care about you. I'm sorry. Happy New Year.
There's always an argument.
A lot of people have said that that brother doesn't truly love you. The commenter in this video said that, asked you, do you think you're really his dream girl? And I want to answer those two things. First of all, I understand why the commenter asked, do you think you're truly his dream girl? Your response to that was, you do think you are. I would say, pump your brakes, sis. You think you're his dream girl. He don't probably think that. One thing that we all understand about men is that they will put money behind the things they truly want. Whether it's a woman, a car, a house, jewelry, clothes, it don't matter. If there is something he truly, truly wants and he truly has deep love for, he's going to go for it. It ain't going to be no argument. It's not going to be a fight. Ain't nothing going to stop him. Okay? He's going to put his money toward the thing that he truly loves and likes and truly wants. This man allowed you to get a 3rd job, but he also had a problem with you not spending enough time with your child. But he also has a problem. It's an argument when you ask for extra money. He can't have both. He can't have both. Like, does he expect the money to fall out the sky? Right? Like, he wants you to spend more time with your baby, but he won't provide what is necessary for you to do that. It makes no sense. That's the math ain't mathing on that, sis. That ain't adding up. That ain't adding up. And then when you ask him to provide the thing that'll help it be easier for you, because you also said the thing about, finding a babysitter is difficult. He's not providing a babysitter. He's not looking to help pay for a babysitter. You also said that, you think that it's not that he doesn't love you. It's just that y'all are, he comes from this background where everything was about him and he's really stingy. He may be really stingy, but I promise you, whatever it is in his life he wants, he ain't gonna be stingy about going after that. So that's not the excuse, sis. Like, you want to find something to escape the idea that he doesn't truly love you. I know that a lot of people get true love mixed up with other things. There's true love, and then there's emotional attachment. Emotional attachment is really, it's confusing because sometimes it'll look like love, right? Because the things that people will do when they're in love and the things that people will do when they just have an emotional attachment to something is very similar, but there are striking differences. The difference is when you have an emotional attachment to something, you're just desperate sometimes to hold on to something. So you'll do what's necessary to hold on to it, but you won't do extra. I would suggest the brother just is emotionally attached to you. It ain't really true love, right? You may think you're his dream girl. You're not. And one of the biggest actions of men, when you really want to know what men truly love, look at what they're going to put their money behind with no argument, right? With no argument. What is it that he's already paying for that's a luxury for him that he doesn't argue about, right? I would suggest that it is not love, deep love. He has emotional attachment for you. Do with this information what you will. Peace.
Triggered.
Listen, I'm not even a huge advocate of the sprinkle kind of relationships that we talk about here on this app, but this young lady gave us a really good example that's practical about why you should look for generosity in the men that you date. So she says that she works 3 jobs to make ends meet for her and her son, and she still falls short sometimes, like we all do. So sometimes she'll ask her boyfriend for $20 to $50, but when she does, he becomes argumentative and explosive over her asking for money. So this is why I believe it's so important to look for generosity in men that you date, because men who do not know how to put their own desires below your needs is dangerous, especially when we're talking about lifelong partnership and marriage and children and all of those things, right? Because there's a big difference between a desire and a need. If I need groceries in my house and I don't have anything to eat here, and you do nothing to try to meet that need as my partner, that is concerning. I'll tell you a quick story that actually happened in my life in the last year and a half. I was dating someone who would come over pretty often. I lived by myself for a long time, and they did not live by themselves, so they'd come over here a lot. And I would make dinner and do all the things that, you know, a good girlfriend would do. And one day we go grocery shopping together, and he sees how much I spend on groceries, and he gets upset. He's like, why are you spending this much money on groceries? It's only you. And I brought up to him, well, you know, you eat at my house like 3 times a week. So I'm not buying groceries just for myself. I'm buying groceries to cook for those nights, and also to make sure like we have snacks and things like that in the house. And, you know, I thought that would have been a great opportunity in retrospect for him to offer a couple of dollars toward the groceries, because he does eat here pretty often. And if he's not eating dinner, he's eating snacks, drinking drinks, things like that. But he never opened his mouth or his wallet to offer a few dollars to contribute to the grocery bill that he is contributing to eating. And that opened my eyes to how important it is to date people who see a need and they do what they can to meet the need. Like, keep in mind, he lived with his mother still, and maybe spent like $20 on groceries to get a couple things he wanted. But for the most part, his mom cooked and provided the groceries for that household. So the fact that you felt comfortable coming to my house, even after seeing how much I spent on groceries for yourself and not even offering, just shows me that there's a lack of generosity, and that is concerning to me. I want to give you guys scripture for this, for all my Christian girlies out there. There's a scripture in 2 Timothy that says, a man who does not provide, especially for his immediate family, is worse than someone with no faith, an unbeliever.
Saying that you have a man and 3 jobs in the same sentence is crazy to me. Baby, you don't have a man, you have a boy. Throw him back. A man doesn't need to do everything for you, but if a man really likes you, he'll make sure you're okay, and he'll make sure you ate that day, and he'll just do little things for you. And every guy's different, obviously, but he's going to do little things for you. Just make sure you're okay. He's not going to sit there and watch you struggle. And you asking for $10 to $20 and him not doing anything else for you, he should be so grateful that you don't ask for much and you do everything on your own. Baby, he don't like you that much. Okay, just throw him back. It's okay. Let another girl deal with that, or his mama, whatever.
My boyfriend always...
Just my opinion. Excuse the bonnet is pouring down rain in LA. Let me just explain to you my opinion. My opinion is this, because I got a lot of brothers and I just know how they act, and I know why they act like the way they act. This is why my mama always told me, have important conversations in the beginning. Learn about the dude and their family. Learn how he was brought up. Learn how his family dynamic was. Try to figure out if his dad took care of his mom. Blase, because you need to know where his mindset come from. right? So, prime example with me, I'm loving, caring. I'll give you the shirt off my back. On the other hand, my brother is a totally opposite. He kind of like how your dude is. Him and his girl get into arguments about money all the time. Like, he'll pay this bill. She paid his bill, but he never want to put the money together. He never want to disclose how much money he got. The reason why is because when he was younger, he saw my uncle go through something with my auntie, and he vowed to never be like that. Which, this is why is when kids are young, I always say, do not leave them up to their own perception. Tell them the truth, right? Because in my brother ride, my auntie was a gold digger. But no, actually, my uncle just was bad with money. He was a fucking alcoholic. He'll fuck off the rent. He'll fuck off the bills. You get what I'm saying? They had to move. So he didn't understand why my auntie was at the job getting a check as soon as they got the check. And she'd be right there in line with him. Give it here. You get what I'm saying? So he thought like, oh, she was trying to make boss moves, but that ain't really what it was. But he didn't learn it until he got older. So he was with a girl like you. They argued about money and all that, right? They ended up breaking up. When my brother got with a new girl, my brother became 100% the sole provider. He paid every bill in the house. She pays for nothing. She set a boundary from the beginning. This is what I want. This is how I get it. And when you want somebody, you're going to do what it takes to keep them. So I'm just saying you didn't set no boundaries, sweetheart. And that's why it's like that. That's just my opinion. I may be wrong. I don't know you. I don't know him. But sometimes you just got to figure out who you really fucking with. I'm just saying, have a good day.
Hey, I'm just going to give you some advice because you put it out there and you asked for it. I'm not going to tell you to run. I'm not going to tell you to leave him. I'm going to say get counseling. Because there may be some pathology in his past, some hurt in his past, that his family was always struggling and he feels like he needs to save and hoard money. He may see you as spending on some things frivolously and that he has to save money for y'all's future together. But y'all need to get counseling to get to the bottom of that. Because what it sounds like now is you are doing everything for the household with your money and he is just stacking his. And that is definitely not good in a relationship. Y'all need to be able to have a common pot of money that is used for spending on the house. Now, personally, I don't do transactional relationships. I have in the past, and I refuse to do that again. I refuse to live that way again. You got, I got, we got. That's how I get down. But if you want this relationship to work long term, then y'all need to get counseling so that y'all can discuss money and finances. But right now, he's not the provider. You are. And he's not going to have to be as long as you are continuing to play that role. Anyway, getting counseling now, getting to the bottom of it, will let you know if long term, this is the person that you even want to be with. Good luck.
Darling, you are a placeholder, okay? You are a placeholder. It's harsh. And I saw other videos of her trying to defend the situation, trying to elaborate. And somebody was asking her if she was his dream girl. And then she's like, yeah, she knows that she is his dream girl. And that's what the other lady was saying in the video. Like, it's you that thinks that you are his dream girl. But he knows for a fact that you're not his dream girl. The fact that he doesn't want you to work more hours or more days in a week because he has to take care of your child is red flag. Okay? Secondly, he doesn't tell you about his finances. What are you doing? Thirdly, he argues with you when you ask him for money. You shouldn't even be asking him for money. Okay, it's 2024. You shouldn't be asking men for money. You said you want a provider, but the truth of the matter is this guy is not a provider. He may be a provider, but definitely not with you. He's using you, okay? Now, I have another video coming up, so be on the lookout for that. I have a stain in my shirt. I'm trying to hide it. But be on the lookout for that video because there are men out there who seek out single mothers because they know because you have a child, you are responsible, and they use you to elevate. I know a lot of women, when they become single moms, they are trying to find like father figures for their children. And so they will allow any Tom, Dick, and Harry into their lives because they think their children deserves fathers. And not every guy is a father or can be a father to your child. And the sooner you come into terms with that, the better. Okay, you're better off being by yourself, having someone to help you take care of your child, making money for yourself so you can provide for yourself and your child, than having another responsibility and stress that comes with that responsibility on your plate. Who doesn't want to help you? He doesn't care about you. He's never cared about you. The only person he cares about truly is himself. He doesn't worry about losing you. Okay, if anything, he's probably trying to find ways and means to save up as much as he can so he can leave you. And if you want to put up with the stress, then that's up to you, because at the end of the day, it's your relationship. There's so many of us can say. You decide if you want to stay in that relationship. But this is what we are from the outside. This is what we are telling you. Yes, if a man is in a relationship with you and he truly cares about you, you're not going to be struggling financially. He's not going to be hiding his money away from you, okay? He won't tell you not to work so you can take care of your son. He knew you had a son before he signed up for the relationship. So think about all those things. But like I said, I am not the one in the relationship. You are in the relationship. So you decide. When you decide, you can make the decision for yourself. But anyhow, it is what it is.